artists have noticed that there's a very powerful media. It's the light, where you could change the appearance of the city and address important issues in our society. Artists use various technologies to create striking images, sometimes very immersive experiences, to talk about the urgent situations in our society. So where will be the future? Technology and light is used not as pure technology, but is converted into which looks more anthropomorph. So we can see actually a mouse speaking to us, or eyes watching us, telling us a story. This is an installation by Krzysztof Wodiczko, who has addressed the issue of immigration and shares and makes public the situation of the immigrants and the challenges which they face, where they do not have the same chance as people in other countries. Peter Weibel introduced this term artivism, and he says it's a fusion of activism and art. And for him, it is the first new art form in the 21st century. So I would like to show you how has this kind of artivism developed. Let's take a closer look at the situation in the 1980s in Germany. There's a graphic designer, Otto Eicher, showing a beautiful landscape. You could see the blue clouds, the green hills of the South German area there. And then you see something, triangles indicating that they are houses. And in addition, it looks like maybe a church tower or something. But actually, those are icons and pictograms for cruise missiles. It was a time when there was a discussion in Germany about bringing American nuclear warheads to Germany as part of the Cold War between the East and West and the East. So Otto Eicher worked on graphic design because this was his kind of field. At the same time, a very famous artist, Krzysztof Wodiczko, who was born in Poland and works in the United States and is a teacher at Harvard Graduate School of Design, came up with some kind of guerrilla action in Stuttgart. It's in the front of the castle, a monument, a victory column. Always, when there's a victory, there's probably a lot of people who have died. Injustice. And so here, with the victory and the idea of a superior power, he has projected a cruise missile onto the monument. And you could see very nicely that the form and the shape of the cruise missile matches very nicely the column. But the message is not very nice because he talks about the possible impact it could have to the city of Stuttgart, where nuclear warheads could be a factor determining the future. So for that reason, we have to take a closer look at this. And we could see that at the former time, we had posters addressing social issues. And now we see examples in the public space talking about justice and freedom and peace. And when we take now a focus on what the actual message is, we can see that there are different approaches, that there's a very abstract way and the highly detailed approach. Here's a comparison of the same situation, one time more as a symbol and the other one is a concrete image. I'm talking about the Women Life Freedom project by Shirin Neshat, supported by the Schielke Foundation in London, where we could see hands of a young lady. And we could even get an idea about her origin, because with the text we see it's something which is not coming from Europe, it's Middle East. She's coming from Iran. And with this kind of text message, we get a better understanding, and we are surprised to see that we have the munition there lying there in the hand, and thereby talking about the danger of war in the society, probably something which was brought in by men. And on the other side of the society, we have the women without freedom, without the possibility to study and go for education. When we would do the same in a very abstract way on the left, we just see hands. We have no clue if these hands belong to a young lady or an old man. And we're not pretty sure what kind of text message is there. Sometimes it's very helpful to have an abstract message to tell a story quickly. But in other moments, it's worth to have a more sophisticated design to communicate more messages which are there when you have more details in the image. And with a modern society, we are very quick there, make a photo and participate in some kind of public discussion in the society. And this brings us to another problem today. When we share those images about demonstrations of artworks, projections, there is also the challenge of selectivism. That means that you're actually not really doing something to create a better world. You're just having your thumb up or down and share it and like it. But what is this kind of effort worth in comparison, for example, to people to go to demonstration who show more effort and thereby creating maybe even more impactful activism? So where will be the future? We see that the future will be something where technology and light is used not as pure technology, but is converted into which looks more anthropomorph. So we can see actually a mouse speaking to us, or eyes watching us, telling us a story. This is an installation by Krzysztof Wodiczko, who has addressed the issue of immigration and shares and makes public the situation of the immigrants and the challenges which they face when they're coming from an environment where they do not have the same chance as people in other countries. So for that reason, he says we need to think about our society, about the other people. And the night is a wonderful environment to create new images,